My name is Liz Shanks, mom of two and children's book enthusiast. I'd like to welcome you to Liz's Book Snuggery, which features Liz's Picks videos where you will find some of the best reads in children's picture books, read aloud segments, and Way Back Wednesdays, where I dig up an essential classic from my library to share with all of you. So I invite you to please stop by lizsbookssnuggery.com. Our book today is called I Am Abraham Lincoln by Brad Meltzer, illustrated by Christopher Eliopoulos. Just in time for the February celebration of President's Day, on February 17, 2014, is Brad Meltzer's New York Times best-selling book, I Am Abraham Lincoln. And lest the women be left out, appearing simultaneously on that list from the Ordinary People Change the World series is the equally successful and readable I Am Amelia Earhart. For our purposes today, though, I Am Abraham Lincoln is great news for parents, teachers, and just about anyone looking for a picture book to introduce young readers to the 16th holder of the place of the pantheon of presidential greats. And the book illustrator, Christopher Eliopoulos, opts not to portray the image of Lincoln we have seen many times, worn down with worry over the Civil War between his countrymen. Oh, the famous tall hat where Lincoln kept his notes is there, but it is a child wearing the ever-present black suit and beard. The entire iconic wardrobe is there, but it is the, quote, every child in the man that relates the story of I Am Abraham Lincoln. But it's something more than that. It's the introduction in Mr. Meltzer's book of the idea surrounding the question, what is a hero? And if it indeed is someone who stands up for what they really believe in, then by definition, the cover flap motto is true for kids as well as adults, and that is, we can all be heroes. It's a good message for young readers to hear, absorb, and take into their everyday lives. When you think about it, just who are the heroes of today for young people? They seem to have devolved into rock stars and sports figures. Our children are unfortunately growing up in the age of celebrity, when celebrity equals fame and all that goes with it. Would our children's concept of hero not be better focused on the true heroes in daily life, such as the ones we may come into contact with each day? And that would be doctors, nurses, teachers, police officers, firemen, and those in the military who stand and serve each day. Well, this series is just the thing to refocus young readers' attention on the best this country has to offer. Heroes that are fully human, not without flaws, but able to overcome difficulties with a resilience that we hope young readers will emulate. And so we come to Abe Lincoln, who speaks in Mr. Meltzer's book in the first person. And I like Abe right off. He preferred reading to hunting and farming. And the opening anecdote from Lincoln's youth relates that he could stand up to bullies, too, with the best of them. That's very timely for today's young readers. Coming upon a group of boys piling a hot coal on the back of a poor turtle, Lincoln confronts them and makes them stop. You see, Lincoln loved animals. In fact, his first essay, written soon after the turtle event, was on the topic of why hurting animals is wrong. So you may say, big deal. But it happened to occur, says the author, when most kids, and even adults, didn't know how to write because the state of Indiana's newness left it without schools yet to be built. What a hunger for learning this young man had. Going to school a total of 1 year, he continued writing the alphabet on trees or in dirt in a cornfield. Absence of paper can be a problem for a beginning learner. And hey kids, he didn't have a computer back then, either to play games or write on. Now that is stick-to-itiveness. Lincoln felt his best teachers were books, traveling 6 miles to get one. Mention that to your young ones, parents, next time they beg for a ride to the mall. In fact, his favorite reading position was with his feet up against a tree. The author speaks of Lincoln's voracious reading of books from the Bible to Aesop's Fables to Robinson Crusoe, but his favorite book was about the first president of the United States, one George Washington. And kids, try copying your favorite part of a book on a tree. Well, that's what he did. My favorite story centers on Lincoln's move to Illinois, where he meets the Clary's Grove Boys, the local bullies, something Lincoln could never stand. So a wrestling match pits Abe against the toughest of the lot, Jack Armstrong. Jack cheats to win, and Abe is confronted by the entire gang, yet ultimately gains their respect in his determination to take them all on, if necessary, when he calls them on their cheating. Love this quote in the book, and something I'm sure the author hopes young readers will take to heart. Sometimes the hardest fights don't reveal a winner, but they do reveal character. And that is something that was evident with Lincoln all through his life, especially through the Civil War and ultimately the Emancipation Proclamation. Throughout Meltzer's picture book on Lincoln, through historical facts laced with engaging stories, the author reveals the strong conviction to readers of Lincoln's that nothing is quite as strong as standing up for those with no voice, and that is one thing that can never be taken away. The author points out that each time young readers use their voice in this way, he, Lincoln, will never be forgotten. What a great concept to plant in young minds. You can't be Lincoln, but you can be like Lincoln in some ways, and in that way, he will live on. And as proof, listen to Lincoln's words that are as true today for young readers and would-be heroes as when he lived. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live by the light that I have. I must stand with anybody that stands right, and stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he is wrong. Maybe a bit simplistic, but the picture book, I Am Abraham Lincoln, makes us believe his political compass heading was neither left nor right, but true north. Young readers and parents may find that direction refreshing.
Listen.